everybody! I'm a wee bit late. This planner girl is tardy to the party, and I apologize for that, but I am so grateful that you are here. I've been watching you guys in the little chat room as I've been scurrying around the RV trying to collect things. If you guys could have seen a secret little camera on us and watched the antics, it would have been amusing. It's kind of funny what happens right before show is I end up setting things down and not paying attention because I'm in like that little frantic mode. So I'm not even looking or paying attention to what I'm doing. I've lost my glasses. I lost my little list that I so nicely prepared for tonight's show. So I'm a bit discombobulated, and then I was sitting here thinking, like, there's no good way to break into the music. Just be like, hello. So I rudely interrupted the jazzy tunes, but I am so glad you guys are here. I feel like it's been so long since the last Late Night Crafty Club. I think the last episode we did, I was in Texas. So welcome. If you are live in the chat room, and I see all your little faces. Hello, girls. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I am so glad you're here. I see a lot of you were really happy about the time change. So I'm an East Coaster now, and when I did the math, I realized if I keep the show time the way it was, I will be starting that show at like 11 o'clock at night. And I know that some of you are pretty tired, and you guys are like starting to go to sleep at that time. So I didn't really think that I could bring my A game starting at 11. So we changed it, and it looks like it's kind of was a great idea. Hi, Miss Ricky. Hi, Miss Claudine. Hi, Miss Tracy and Jill. And I see Angel and Candy and Lisa and Amy and Keisha. How are you? Spirited Grace and Miss Victoria. So I'm getting the feeling that this time worked out a little better. I see my Australian friends. It's 11 a.m. where you guys are. That's good news. That means that you had some time to get up, perhaps make yourself some breakfast and a cup of tea. Speaking of tea, I know that this is the channel that I encourage you guys to bring a beverage. I always ask, what are you sipping tonight? Because the Late Night Crafty Club originally debuted as me sipping a glass of wine, the She's Crafty label, which was a local wine, so I have not been able to find that since. But it is fall, and so this is the weather of apple cider, tea, and delicious cocoa. So my beverage tonight, I thought I would share, is I am really enjoying this beverage a little too much. It's the Trader Joe's sipping chocolate. For those of you who I enable, you're welcome. This stuff is amazing. It is the most decadent chocolate I've ever experienced. It is not like regular hot chocolate. In fact, you make a very much smaller little cup of it. I am sipping it from my little Kate Spade mug, but really, when it's all said and done, this is about how much you make in a serving, and it is fantastic. I don't make it with regular milk because I'm not drinking milk. I make it with a combination of almond milk, and then I put in this coconut milk, which is very rich and decadent. That's how I've been preparing it, and I use agave nectar to sweeten it. It's more European style, so it's like dark chocolate. It's like sipping chocolate mousse. Or, let's see, what's the other like yummy dark chocolatey dessert? I'm trying to think of what you'd call that. It's not, I don't think it's mousse. But I see, oh, Miss Lou, I see that you're heading towards summer. I am sorry. Summer is my least favorite season. I'm really excited when summer's gone. I get really excited when fall starts approaching. So that is what I have been sipping on. I've been making one every single night for the last few nights. And I usually put like a little, I put a little, I don't put a lot of agave in it because I don't like things super sweet. So that's kind of my little treat. But I could not resist. One of the favorite things about Trader Joe's is they always have these little end caps in their store, and they put like really fun things like that are featured. And so they had this winter wake up tea. And I, like most of you, am a sucker for packaging and the way things are positioned and what they look like. And I just thought winter wake up tea, that just sounded wonderful. So I got myself a box of this, and it smells delicious. And another one that I've not really ever been a tea drinker, so I'm buying this tea and I haven't made any of it yet. Mostly it just smells good and it makes me feel healthy. I feel like I'm doing something good for myself. But it's the packaging. I am the biggest like tea shopper. I love looking at the boxes and the names. Please tell me that I am not alone in that. Deborah is asking me how my vegan/vegetarian thing is going. And it is a struggle, y'all. Because I'm in the South now, so I can say that, y'all. It's a struggle because the South likes their meat. And everywhere we go, there's just like these rib houses and steak houses, and just like where we are located here, there are so many barbecue places around this place. It's crazy. And I just lost my screen, so hopefully you guys didn't lose me. Okay, it was just my computers. So, yes, it has been hard, and I can't stand being that person. I just sound so high maintenance where I'm like, is there egg in that? Is there dairy in this? It's terrible. So we don't eat out a lot, shockingly. And we have been, there's been some pretty good choices in terms of like, where I like some of the local markets. There's this shop called Ingles, and where we are staying now, they have really fabulous options, but it's not easy. It isn't. And I'm sticking to my convictions because it's really the last stronghold I have, because I noticed that my eating habits haven't changed as far as like how much I might eat or how often I snack. So I'm not curbing my cravings or anything. I'm not lessening how much I eat. So literally the only thing standing between me and just like finally giving up, there's just no saving me, is my convictions to stick to this kind of, it's not really being a true vegan, to be fair, because I do eat shrimp, I will eat fish, and I did purchase eggs the other day from a farm. I actually got to see the little chickens run around, and they were very happy little chickens. They had quite a setup going. They were spoiled little chickens, really. But I had those, so that's really the only cheating, I guess. It's not easy. But I'll tell you what though, it's just because I know that if I start relaxing that in any way, that means I'll eat baked goods. That means I'll be back to shopping in the bakery section and eating the cake and everything else. Like, it's just a slippery slope, and I know it. So like, I have to stand firm on it, or I can't be saved. That's really the bottom line. So today is, for those of you who watch Stranger Things, today is season 2, y'all, season 2. And I have to tell you that I had to control myself and not binge watching it all today. I did not watch any episodes because it's like a dessert. I'm waiting until after the show, and then I will be on Netflix probably till 6 in the morning watching all the episodes. So I did get addicted to it, and I'm sure I know a lot of people have. One of the things I love about it for us Gen Xers, it's like revisiting your junior high school years. I think I was 12 when that show was set, and the time frame it was set. So I don't know about how you guys feel, but I just loved watching it for that alone, getting to see all the listening to music we used to listen to, seeing the clothes, the fun little things. So I am so glad. Right, Amy? All the 80s flashbacks. So if you are a Gen Xer, and even if you are a millennial, like the older end of the millennial range, you can still appreciate the retro aspect of that show. And it's a great show. So it's kind of fun. So we're going to grab something to sip if you have not already. You're going to grab something to craft with, because here on the Late Night Crafty Club, we all show up in our jammies, and this is jammies. It's actually a regular top, but I wear it as a jammy top because it's huge and it's super soft. Oh, it's so soft. So you wear your jammies, you grab your sipping beverage, and then something to craft with. I spend part of the night doing some, jabber jabber, and then I actually might get crafty tonight. It might happen. So, and the most fun part about the Late Night Crafty Club, I personally think, is the chat room, because you guys can talk to each other. A lot of you do not have friends, crafty friends in real life. And that's always, I think, the number one thing I hear is, I don't know any crafty friends in real life. So this is your opportunity to bond with ladies from all over the world. And sometimes we have some gentlemen that join us that love a good planner. And you have a chance to bond. Talk about stuff that's, planner related, crafty related. We can all relate. A lot of you guys like talk to each other consistently. And I love that. I'm sure my husband wants to watch Stranger Things right now too, Keisha, but we are sticking to, we're going to not watch it without each other. So it's way too early for PJs where Miss Bubs is. It's never, ever too early for PJs. I say PJs all day. So I thought I would go over some things before we get started in the crafting arena. I'm just going to give you lots of updates, right? Because here's my opportunity to talk directly to you. I do not have to sit there and write a post and hashtags and hit publish. I can just talk to you and tell you about all the fun stuff that we are working on or that is happening. A lot of you guys miss out on certain things because you didn't know. You didn't know it existed. You didn't know I was doing it. So here's my chance, I think, in the Late Night Crafty Club. I think like the very beginning of the show is my chance to kind of go over like the bulletin. Here's the bulletin. Here's all the stuff happening. And you guys can get your stuff while I'm, hey, Miss Jerido, I've not seen your face in forever. It's an opportunity for you guys to grab your stuff and get cozy. And some of you probably are cozy and you guys are just going to listen to me yabber yabber. And you know what? If you don't want to craft, you certainly don't have to. You can just kick back and just hang out with the group. And I'm just going to go over stuff so that like I am setting up stuff for to enrich the Reset community experience. And there are things I'm offering and putting together here behind the scenes, offering like more events and more workshops, because my job is to get this RV all over the country so that I can get to meet you in person and hug your little face. So here's a question. Where are we? Does everybody know where we are? I have been posting on Instagram and in Facebook, and I mentioned, I always kind of like put the little location on there. But we are in northern Georgia. We are 3 hours south of Knoxville, Tennessee. And I have to tell you, I've never been to the South. I've not been and spent any quality time here. It is breathtakingly beautiful here. I never thought anything would rival the beauty of the state of Washington, where I was recently living, but it is very pretty. I doubt I would be as excited if it was the summertime, to be honest. But I love how beautiful it is here. So I'm going to flip the camera on so you guys can see some pictures, just a few pictures I took. I just wanted to show you where we're broadcasting from. There we go. So there is our Liberty, and there's our little Lexi. And because I'm weird like that, and I name everything, including vehicles. And this is the campground we're in. We're like up on this hillside, and it has this beautiful view of all of the mountains. And I get to watch all these hills right here turn their fall colors. And here's another. This is in the evening time, and it is just so pretty here. So there's our RV, and my craft room, which is the back of the RV, points over this little hillside that kind of slants down into like a little valley. It's very, very peaceful. This is like there's a little community spot here at the campground, which is really nice, and it has these really nice rockers, and you can look out and sit there and rock and talk to each other. So So here's a lake in the area. We're in this town called Hiawassee, and it's very lakey. There's little lakes everywhere, and this is like a big lake that runs through the whole town, and there's all these beautiful little lakefront houses on it. Super, super cute. And this is the possible RV spot that we have our eye on, and that we are thinking about moving the RV to when our reservation ends here. And can you imagine waking up and I get to sit there and look at that lake view right out my window? So we kind of drove around, and we've been going for a drive every single evening, just so that we can kind of get first of all get out, because as being introverts, we don't tend to leave our RV. We're in this beautiful area, and it's like you have to force yourself to get out and like go enjoy it and go see stuff. So we have been doing that, and it's been really wonderful. And going in the evening is usually the best time of the day to see anything, because it's just that beautiful gold fall light. So it is very lovely here. So the last time you saw me, we were in Texas, and we drove through Tennessee. We drove through to Nashville. I stopped in Nashville and spent some time with my friend Tracy. We were there for a few days, and then we made our way to Knoxville, while we thought we were going to have some RV work done, and that didn't turn out to be what happened. They didn't actually fix anything, so we kind of waited for 2 months for them to do very little to the RV. So then we moved our way down here, and we'll be here until mid-November. So next weekend, I will be going back up to Knoxville to go teach my 2 classes, which I'm super excited about. Knoxville is very pretty. Now that I got to see the whole length of Tennessee, I definitely thought Knoxville had it going on in terms of like lots of lakes. It was really green and lush. It was very like hilly, and it just was very really scenic. It was really pretty. So I can I do my accounting test review? Yes. You can do homework on the Late Night Crafty Club. No one's going to judge you here. So my impressions of the South. Okay, so I have lived my whole life on the West Coast. I have not gotten to live anywhere that is so different from where I grew up. And one thing I noticed right off the bat is how often people say, "Have a blessed day." That me and Mr. Crafty were just like, oh, when we started hearing people say that, just blessed day. The word God is everywhere. You know, you walk into a store, it's all over people. You know, it's on their walls. It is like no one is ashamed of the Lord in the South, and I absolutely love that, because that is not how I grew up, and I really appreciate that so much. People are just very polite and very, very warm and friendly. And I'm sorry, but I've never gotten to be anywhere where like so many Southern accents and getting to listen to people talk. I don't really think we have an accent when you come from the West Coast. You might say things differently or have a different like slang, but I don't think you really have an accent. So that is really a lot of fun to just sit back and enjoy that. To appreciate being in such a different environment. I never got to do that before, so I'm super, super grateful. Hi, Miss Michelle. I'm so glad that you joined us. Hi, Miss Damaris. And, I'm sorry, sometimes Miss Ricky says that her mom got to just use the famous gold scissors and said, oh, yes, the famous gold scissors. These scissors. Every self-respecting craft girl needs to have them. I asked the Scrappin' in the City, where I'll be teaching next week, I suggested that they order some, because I always talk so lovingly about them in class. And they're like, are people really going to buy those? I'm like, heck yes, they will. These are amazing. I have multiples, because you never know. They're just delicious. So, Miss Tess, the South, where we love Jesus, sweet tea, and barbecue, in that order. Yes, Tori, the gold scissors are epic. That is the best way to describe them. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see, I just posted 2 videos this week. Me and Mr. Crafty slapped it high. We got 2 videos up on YouTube, and one of them was me making new traveler notebook inserts. So I decided that I was ready to set up a new planner. It's been a while since I've done it, and I made all of these new inserts, and I show like literally every little decision, every little step of me making them. And I always found that when people explain why they do things, it helps me to understand that's how they got there. That's how it looked the way it looks. It's not that they just instinctively made this beautiful cover or that beautiful layout. They had to make many different decisions and try different things. And I appreciate that. So that's why my videos tend to be very long and very chatty, because I do kind of talk out my decision making, because that's how I feel a lot of my audience is. I don't personally think the majority of my audience are I don't think I attract seasoned scrapbookers and seasoned crafters. I like to think I attract more women like me, that you're kind of like feeling your way and learning how to use a lot of the stuff out there. So I like that, because I feel like that makes us feel like we're all sort of in the same little boat together, and we're all kind of not, we all are a little, can be a little intimidated by the process. So that's kind of how in my mind I think I'm attracting my little tribe, is women like me that kind of came to this a little reluctantly, a little scared to try perhaps. And so the video was lovely, because you could hear those scissors just cutting up a storm. Like, you could hear how delicious they sound. So trust me, if you do not own a pair, you need to. And I linked them below in both videos, because I sing their praises wherever I go. So, oh, la, la, la. I'm trying not to like focus too much on the chat room, because I notice that it becomes a big nest of squirrels, and then I am deviated from my very nice, neat little list here. So I got to stay on track. So that is my impression of the South. I love it. I love the people. I love being in an environment where people are not afraid to say, have a blessed day. I think on the West Coast, sometimes the mentality is you're going to offend somebody. Everyone's offended so easily these days. And so I just love the fact that that's how it is. And there's churches everywhere here. They're everywhere. I don't care how tiny the town is. There's at least a few churches in it. So I think that's lovely. Bye, Miss Jennifer. Good night. We're starting the good night song. Farewell, good night. Yes, I know, Shauna. You have to ignore the fun squirrels. It's hard to do. But I notice when if I ever go back and look at some of my videos, it's like I am so focused over here that I think it's distracting to people who get to watch the video after the chat room is gone. And that's all I seem to do. Ah, yum. Okay. So Miss Tori asks, where does my husband sit when I'm doing the live show? So I'm in my craft space, and behind me, this is sort of also our bedroom. And through that door, he is in the front of the RV, like where the driver's seats are. He turns one of those seats around, and he has this folding table, and that becomes his like command center. So he works from there. He has his own little desk set up. So we are each in our own little separate areas throughout the day. And I actually, it's nice because we can talk to each other. We're close enough to hear each other, but I still feel like I have my own little space. And I realize I don't really need a lot of space. I'm actually very content. This is just enough space. I can reach everything around me. And I'm very content in this space. I'm so glad that I was brave enough to try doing this, because this has been it's been a really great learning experience. That I don't need a whole lot to make me happy. So Mr. Crafty answered in the chat room as well. So someone asked, where is my TN from? This is a Chic Sparrow TN. This is the very first TN I ever purchased, and I absolutely love it. This is you know what, when I was looking at her website, because I actually was thinking about buying one. I know I'm so on the fence though, but it's one of those it's a creme brulee, and I think it's a Mr. Darcy. She didn't have any of that kind of stuff when I ordered from her. The way she named things was very different. So this is no longer available, and I don't even know what the equivalent of this is. And when I purchased it, it was the Carrie Harling Violet edition. I gave it back to her. I sent it back to her like a year later and asked her if she would dye it black, which she did. Because I just found out over time purple just wasn't my color. It didn't go with anything, but I got real excited when I saw it because it was like the first colored tan that I had ever seen, so I really wanted it. So, I know, She Sparrow is awesome. So, events coming up. So I have been working on putting together some new events. Like I said, next weekend I'm going to be in Knoxville teaching a class, and they're both sold out. And then the next set of classes I'm teaching are at Whimsidoodle, which is in St. Pete, Florida, December 9th and 10th. And I am teaching the Craft Your Vision class and the Faithful Girl Planner Workshop. So those will be that weekend. And then I am going to be launching my very first online workshop course. And it's going to be all based on, it's going to be called Reset Your Goals. And it's going to be all about setting goals, and we're going to do it crafty style. So I'm kind of doing something a little different than a lot of people do when they talk about goal setting, because we're a crafty community, right? And I know that who we are, we're visual girls. And so I wanted to show a lot of the different ideas and techniques and stuff that I do, and really going back to my roots. Being the reset girl, how did I reset my life? So I want to go back and create, like, I made a list and I followed steps, and I actually had a plan for myself that I followed to make it happen. And I've just kind of been waiting for my time for it to be like, it's time to really be the reset girl and really show women and inspire women and encourage women to really reset their lives. I don't want to spend the rest of my life just talking about planners and how to make them pretty. And I want to show you guys meaningful steps to change your life, or to change an aspect of your life, no matter what it is. You know, sometimes you need someone that's just, there's lots of people out there that talk about goal setting, lots of them. But sometimes, depending on how you're wired, you know, each person who talks about it has a unique way of presenting their information. They have a unique way of talking about it, and you can connect with that person. So I'm just hoping that by doing this, that I will be able to help a lot of you get there. And you guys are familiar with my style. You're familiar with how I do things. If you did Camp Reset, that was a really great platform. It was a really great experience for you guys to know, like, I bring my A game. I put my heart and soul into it. So Reset Your Goals is going to be my very first paid online workshop, but it's going to be bomb, and it's going to have an amazing kit and some like super secret products that we are having like manufactured for you to have to work from for the whole year. And beyond, because resetting your life is not a one and done situation. It isn't for me. I continue to find areas that need to be reset. And I think when you think about things like that, you know, I need to reset that, it does sound like an action verb, and it sounds like something I can continue to do. You know, it sounds a little more engaging to me. So that's going to be coming. I'm going to be launching it in December so that the courses will start in January. And then I am going to be doing another faith retreat in Nashville with Miss Tracy Claiborne of Scrap Gals. So we are going to be collaborating and doing an event. So if you're in the Nashville area, the Tennessee area, and you are a faith girl, this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for you. And then I'm headed back to Texas, back to the Lone Star Glamp Inn for a 2-day retreat. It is going to be amazing. This place is bomb. And I said last time, if you missed out on getting to go, do not let that happen again, because it was incredible. Sleeping in these little vintage trailers. This time we're renting the entire facility. So there's trailers and teepees to rent. And so it's going to be wonderful, and it'll be an entire faith-based event, because that is just really where my heart is being led, is to help encourage more women to walk more closely with God, and to really understand, truly recognize how tenderly and deeply He loves each one of us. And so that has just become this greater message in my heart. I can feel it. So that's what we're going to be doing in Texas. And then In May, I'm going to be hosting a faith retreat with Miss Shauna Noel of Illustrated Faith, to be determined. I know the dates, but I can't share that yet, and I can't share the name of the retreat. But I can tell you that it's on the horizon, and it's going to be at an incredible location that I have always dreamed of teaching at. So Shauna is wonderful. She's a good friend of mine. She was the first person I ever taught a retreat was with her. So, or I'm sorry, a workshop. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I love retreats because it gives you such an opportunity to bond more closely with people, not just with like the teacher, but with the other students, the other people who are there. It gives you a chance to connect and to kind of like leave all your responsibilities behind you for a little bit and to really focus and decompress and really just like get into the experience. I have appreciated every single retreat I've gotten to attend. I always walk away feeling just so fulfilled and so just like ready to, move on to the next step, which for me was to encourage you guys. So everything I've gotten to experience, I like to bring and try and bring more content and more goodness to the Reset community. So those are the things that are on the horizon. If you are on the fence about the Cruising with the Reset Girl cruise that's happening next October, I know I see from time to time people are still they waffle sometimes because they're not sure about coming alone. They're not sure if they want to do that. The Cruising with the Reset Girl event, I promise you, is designed to be introvert friendly. I am an introvert and I know the world is not friendly to us. And I also know that for a lot of us, going to something, even with a friend, can be challenging. Going alone to something it's a whole new level. So for those of you who have bought your ticket and you're doing this and you're being brave, I absolutely I commend you. For those of you who are still on the fence about it, I just want to assure you that this is going to be very introvert friendly. We're going to have a late night crafty club type of like a little dance party in our jammies with just the ladies. But there will also be like a wallflower section where you can just there'll be crafty materials and stuff so that you can craft. You can bring your crafts so you can be part of things, but not have to be in the mix doing things. Because I understand. I'm a wallflower myself, so I get that. And we're going to have a private Facebook group for all the cruise attendees. And I have all of these amazing ideas of little fun, crafty activities we're going to do together in the group leading up to the cruise, which will give you a chance to talk to other ladies in the group. Even if you're bringing your husband, this is still a chance for you to bond with the girls because husbands are probably going to go off and do husband things. So here's your chance to, hang out with girls that you're going to be seeing on the cruise, and it's going to be really wonderful. So thank you for posting the link. There it is. And seriously, it was a very reasonable amount. I think the cruise total is $650. It's all inclusive. I think it's a 5-day cruise. It's going to Cozumel, Mexico, and you get a $50 spending credit. And I'm not sure because I've never been on a cruise. I'm not sure where I'm sure it's applied somewhere on the cruise, but that was another thing part of the package. So hello, Miss Paula is on, and she is the one, Miss Crafty Destinations. She is the one who is the cruise. She's the Julie of the cruise. She is the coordinator of the entire event, so it is going to be super sweet. And you'll have a chance to bond with girls and be crafting and have fun. And like I said, we're gonna be rolling out some really fun things to do together, so that we're gonna have like a little autograph book. I'm gonna have ways that you can collect flair, so that you are kind of like, it gives you a reason to go talk to people. You won't feel awkward like, hi, hey. You can be like, hey, can I have your flair? So it'll be set up so that you won't feel so weird. And that's really why, like, gearing up for this, I really wanted you to know, from this introvert's heart to yours. I know I have a lot of introvert friends, which I love. So I really wanted to make sure you guys knew how much thought I'm putting into it to make you feel comfortable and make you feel like you can do this. So That is still up. I noticed that it was posted in. Oh, so I'm sorry if I said that wrong. $25 credit. Oh, okay. See, I misspoke. Um, so, so Betty, I've got my INFP cruise ticket. I'm an INFP too, so I totally get you, girl. And I would go alone. Honestly, I would. I wouldn't have any problems going to this particular event, knowing that information that somebody was thinking about people like me. But I've gotten to go to some events on my own in the last couple of years, and I can't tell you how glad I have been to have gone, even alone, because I end up meeting and connecting. This is a faith-based event, and I just have to say, sometimes when we make these decisions to go, that's like it's like an ordained kind of decision where you might end up meeting someone that you were meant to meet, someone that just is going to play a role in your walk, in encouraging you, in helping you somehow, or you them. Sometimes we have no idea what God has in mind, in plan for us. And this event was definitely prayed over before, releasing it. And so there's that to consider too. And so got that out of the way. And I Teresa's get seasick. There's a lot of people in the chat room talking about the seasick thing, and yeah, I get you. I've gotten seasick plenty of times, but I'm gonna power through. I'm hoping that on a cruise ship it's a little different. I've been on little boats and gotten terribly sick, so I'm hoping it's different. But even if it's not, I'm still powering through because darn it, I'm doing it. Oh, Miss Tawana says she's cruising alone, but bought 2 tickets so she could have a room alone. And I totally get you. I snore, so that wouldn't be something I would want to share a room with somebody and make them suffer through it. So, okay. Oh, yummy. See, and we were getting tips for seasickness in the group. There's the bands that you can wear, which I've tried. Ginger tea, and they do make pills, but I don't know. I haven't used pills in a long time. Miss Brooke, I am going to be at Whimsidoodle December 9th and 10th. And if you go on theresetgirl.com, I have an events button up there, and it will show there's a calendar, and you can scroll through it and go and see the Whimsidoodle listing. They just got all the information. They chose which classes that they wanted me to teach. So it is a go. It's all up there. Hi, Miss Kelly Bangs. It is not true. As much as you would like to be the little rare flower, I don't think INFJs are the rarest. I'm sorry to pop your little bubble, but I don't think that they are. There's quite a few that are in the really low numbers, and that's one of them. INFPs are also low, but I don't think they are. And I can't remember off the top of my head which one it was. So, Miss Damaris, I have not committed anywhere else in Florida for teaching. So I kind of left that open for now. I just wanted to get the first one nailed down, and then I haven't reached out to anybody at this point. So I don't know. Yes, I would love to teach a class in New Zealand. I can't even begin to tell you how much that would be amazing. And so Paula, note that please. Miss Paula and I have been talking a lot, collaborating on different places to have events, perhaps doing an Australian cruise. I'm thinking big these days. So I really want to get out there and see people everywhere. So New Zealand and Australia, I know there's a lot of ladies in the Reset community there, so that would be incredible. So excellent, Paula. So, updates to the website. Okay, so a lot of you guys have mentioned, or I'm not going to say mentioned. I'm going to say I've seen a lot of different comments And I've seen, we get emails from time to time about not knowing how to sign up for different things. Like, what do I offer? I want to make sure I get everything the Reset Girl offers. I want to know that, like, am I in all the clubs that there are? Am I not on the right newsletter list? I get the challenge, but I don't get this. There's just been a lot of confusion about things. And so I sat down one day and I really thought it through about how my website was designed, and it was designed to be a blog. But the truth is I'm not really a big blogger, and really what I need that website to be for you guys is more of like a landing page. Something very simple, easy to navigate, and this basically is like, here's everything, and here's how to get to it. So picture it like you show up at the mall, and there's like what do a lot of us do when we're at an unfamiliar wall? We go to the map and we go look for the little dot that says, you are here. And this is what everything is. So that is how it has been designed. My friend Miss Kelly helped me get it all up and ready to go right before the show. And I just wanted to show you really quick so you could see this. This is going to be the new Start Here page. So when you come to the resetgirl.com, this is what you'll see going forward as soon as we can get this live. So basically, here's your little navigation. What you can sign up for. Right there at the top are all the things you can sign up for. There's the Happy Place Challenge, the Faithful Life, and my newsletters. There's going to be 3 newsletters that you can sign up for. And when you click on that, you'll go to the next page and it'll show you what they are. Here's what you can join. Here's my Reset communities. You guys are right now in the Late Night Crafty Club. We do that on a Friday night right here on YouTube. Then there's the Faithful Life Club, the Happy Place Club. Here's what you can buy. This is what I call the marketplace. So here's my physical products, digital products, and I will be coming out soon with subscriptions. Where you can find me. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be having a podcast soon. And then there's my blog. What you can attend. Workshops and events. So here are the in-person workshops, online workshops, and then I'm actually going to be doing speaking engagements. I've been committing to more things going forward. So there will be things I will be posting there. And then what's going on with the Reset Girl. So down below that, which we don't have live yet, is going to be the events calendar. So you can just see in one big overview, the events calendar will show you our kit launching. It'll show you an online workshop launching. It'll show the Late Night Crafty Clubs. It'll show where I'm teaching, where I'm speaking. It'll be everything I'm doing will be on that events calendar. So you guys can see everything in one shot. So that's going to be right here on the resetgirl.com. And everybody said, amen. Because I think this is better for a lot of you guys. I realize that we all have really busy lives, right? You guys are all doing many different things. A lot of you guys are still trying to get my little mouse to come down here. There we go. Okay, here we are. A lot of you guys are still in a busy season of your life. You're raising kids. You guys are being taken, you're taking kids off to soccer practice. My friend Kelly is constantly like driving little kids to practices and dealing with me and all of my many graphic design requests. A lot of you guys are dealing with, you have a lot of family commitments. You've got jobs, or your job is inside your home. So I get that I'm like one small little voice in the sea of voices trying to get your attention and talk to you and show you things and give you things. And I totally understand that. So what I really want to be is I want to be the easiest thing that you have in your life. I want to be the easiest way to access the content I'm doing, which is really about trying to help you. That's my overarching goal, is I'm just trying to help you. Whether that is trying to help you with resetting your life, growing in your faith, growing, being more creative, figuring out how to use one of the 1,000 planners you own, connecting with more people like yourself, stepping out of your comfort zone, being encouraged. Those are all things that are so important to me. And that's really how I want you guys to think of me. Is I want you to think about, I'm like your friend. I'm like that little pesky cheerleader in your corner that's always encouraging you to spread your wings in whatever area that is, to really help you further yourself along in your life. So I needed to make this as simple as possible for you to navigate, so that you didn't feel like if you missed that post, if you missed that video, then you were missing out. The fear of missing out. So this was, yay, Amy Jane Paper, yay for East Coast time. She made it. This is my way of trying to make that super simple, so that when you come to the Reset Girl, everything you need is right there. You don't have to go. And, a lot of you guys are in the Facebook group and you're like, I missed that. I didn't see this. So everything you need is there. There's the 3 things I offer, the fun challenges I offer, the communities I offer. So the new resetgirl.com will hopefully be a fabulous experience for you and help you get connected as easy as possible. That is my goal. So hopefully you guys are going to love this, and it's going to work out better for you, and you won't feel like you're missing out because you didn't see a post here or there or see a video. And I've shown you everything I got, girls. I got nothing else. That's it. So yay, I'm really glad that that you guys appear to be excited about this. So yay. Miss Tracy is actually on, Miss Tracy Claiborne. She is in the chat room right now, and she actually hosts a podcast called The Scrap Gals. And I was blessed enough to be interviewed for them the last a couple weeks ago, and it's live right now. But I didn't know about that there was a Crafty podcast either, and she has talked to many different Crafty peeps. She does her and Tiffany kind of talk back and forth, their little Southern accents. It's so cute. But it's something that that you could plug into and just have something to listen to about creativity. Because I think sometimes like that alone can be really inspiring when you're crafting, to listen to crafty things. Another one is, I might say this wrong and I apologize. Elise Gets Crafty. Elise Blaha is her name. She's the one that does the Get to Work book. I have not gotten to listen to her, but she is another crafty. See, yes, and we have a lot of Scrap Gals listeners on here too. So thank you. Andy Stanley. I have never listened to him, but I definitely, I'm interested. I feel like I've seen and heard his name a lot. Well, thank you, Miss Tori. I was the best guest ever. Did you hear that, Tracy? I get the little gold star. Thanks, Tracy. That's what it is. Elise Gets Crafty. EliseJoy.com. So awesome, Jordan. Jordan says that she discovered it this week when I was on. And that, see, ladies, that is why Scrap, like the podcasters, why they have different people come on their show from different like arenas and have their audiences, because that way you guys get to go, oh, I want to listen to what she had to say. And then you get exposed to a whole new little world of what that person's doing. So that's why podcasters are very, really excited to have new people on the show, because it helps kind of like expose, each side is getting exposed to another community. It's really cool. And honestly, I've been asked to be on podcasts before, and I'm just really bad at, sometimes I'll do them and I won't even tell you guys I did it. I'm terrible. So Sarah asks, how do you find these crafty podcasts and listen to them? That is a good question. I haven't been able to figure it out either. I'm not very savvy. So that's kind of funny that I'm even talking about it. Yes, Damaris just listed a whole bunch of faith-based podcasts with different people. And here on Dr. Tony Evans, he's like the superhero to me. He is such an amazing, amazing teacher of the word, of being a Christian. He's just an incredible example. So I love that. I love that you guys are always talking to each other in the group. I just always like, I feel like a proud mama. Like, look at my girls talking to each other. It's so sweet. But I love that. See, this is like my little podcast, but my idea where you guys can talk to each other. And, you know, Kara says, yes, Dr. Tony Evans. He's amazing. And I just bought his newest book. I've been reading it on my Kindle. It's called something about destiny, your calling. I've been very, very, very obsessed lately with that subject about fulfilling your calling. And he has a book. And I also just, in addition to him, his daughter Priscilla is my other superhero. I got this book when I was in Nashville, and this book is amazing. It's so inspiring. I have most of her books. She's awesome. I can't say enough good things about her. But this particular book is so good. This one makes me want to do like a book club around it in the faith group. And I did do a poll in both of my Facebook groups asking people like, what type of videos are you guys looking for, you know, from me? Do you guys like these crafty, long, chatty videos that I tend to do? Or would you rather have, like, when I look at YouTube, I see tons of short 10, 15-minute videos that are like this time lapse with the music. And I'm thinking, am I just doing it wrong? Are there like women who would just rather see that? Because I know for a fact there's people who are like, I would never watch her videos. They're 2 hours long. That's too long for me. So I kind of have not really churned out those type of videos where it's time lapse, but I'm intrigued and I kind of want to, and I think, well, maybe if I have both, then I'll have opportunity to kind of appeal to both audiences, people who like the short and sweet, and some that just some that really love like feeling like, hey, I'm crafting with my friend, because that ultimately is exactly how I want you to feel, like you're crafting with your friend. And did I lose I lost my thing, didn't I? Did I lose it? It looks like I lost it.
It says it out there, but I just heard it come back on.
We have technical support issues going on here. My tech support team just arrived.
I think it might be back on.
Okay.
I scared it into submission.
Michelle says, too many books, so little time. Isn't that the truth? And you know what? I made a pact, which I broke instantly with myself, that I wasn't going to buy any more books on my Kindle until I read 20 of them, at least. But I can't help it. It's like this addiction. It's like, oh, if I get that book, I'll be amazing if I have this book. I am a personal development junkie. I have been since I was a teenager. They're my favorite type of books. I never read novels. I never read fiction. I don't want to waste my time. We have so little time on this earth. It's like, I want to read the stuff that's going to make me the best person I can be, the best version of me. So that's my philosophy. So the Reset Girl is very much going to be geared around that concept. I'm very, very, very passionate about personal development. Whatever that looks like, my idea of, my personal development might be different than yours, and that's fine. It's just the idea of, I really want to invest the most amount of my time being the best version of me so that I can do the most good while I'm here on this earth, because we don't know how long we get. And so here's my opportunity to shine. God has given me this amazing platform. So I feel this obligation to even kind of press in a little bit harder to make that happen, to get over some of my little objections in my head about myself, so that I can be helpful to someone else. Because I think the people that are the most inspiring are the ones that have overcame. I want to follow the overcomers. I don't want to, who's interested in following the person that made all the right decisions, got it right the first time, they came from the cradle and they just they had a gifted life and everything worked out for them. That's not nearly as inspiring as the underdog, the person who had to climb from the bottom to the top. Those are the ones that I like to follow, the ones I think are the most exciting. So I would love at some point to get on my website, my list of my reading list that I'm reading, and have more chats like this type of thing where it's more just about personal development. Let's talk about that. And that's kind of the material that I want to put in Reset Your Goals, is to really help you achieve something. I don't want to be a cute, pretty product in your planner. I want to help you like actually reset your life. And there are some things I did when I look back that I go, wow, I really did it. I really changed my life. Like me and God were a team on that, and we really we really made some stuff happen. So um, I'm just making sure I'm sticking to my list here so that I notice that I spend about the first hour being super chatty, and then I try to segue into some crafting. Um, so I've shown you the website. Everything I offer from kits to newsletters is all spelled out on this one single page, which I'm guessing you guys are going to love. A lot of what you'll find on that page will take you to another part of the website so that you can get more detail. So it's just really like you're being guided around, which I think that you'll like. And then right now, just to remind everybody, our new Meaningful Kit is shipping right now from the resetgirlshop.com. And it is adorable. And do I even have one? I do. So this is the Meaningful Kit. It has the little stamp in it. I'm not going to do a full unboxing at all. I just wanted to show you how super cute. Let me see. Okay, maybe you can't see. The camera in here is kind of like crazy, so I can't even tell if you can see it or not. But it has this really cute little stamp with a little coffee, and it has like it's medicine. It has a little plus sign on it that I love. Meaningful is like so pretty. I can't even. I was really afraid to try and do another collection after Grateful because I loved Grateful so much, and I was like, wow, I'm nervous, worried that I will not be able to at least get it to the level I felt Grateful was. But Meaningful ended up being even cuter. so there's that. And it ended up being one of the most prettiest color palettes we've done, and I don't even know. I think this is probably my favorite. I just cannot get enough of this colors. So this weekend, I am definitely planning on setting up my planner and getting some of my goodies. I haven't been using it to craft with because I had intended to do an unboxing video to kind of show you up close all the beautiful pieces. Mr. Crafty's back to help me with my...
Try doing it over here. The lighting is
Okay.
really horrible. I don't know why.
No, it's okay. I won't do it at all. Okay. I don't want to... I want to do like a proper unboxing video. I don't want to show you guys a bunch of stuff because it won't be as pretty. These cameras are different than the kind we use to make my real videos. They're very limited, I have found. And you guys have saw that the last time I did a video for the Grateful crafts. The cameras were having the hardest time, focusing and stuff. So I apologize for that. I wish there was something we can do, but we have done our due diligence of all the different webcams out there. These are the best webcams. They're the most highly rated. Mr. Crafty's pretty good about getting, like, he usually, he does his research, and he usually gets something like in the mid to the higher range as far as like equipment goes, because I appreciate that. He wants to make sure that we try to bring as great a quality as we can. I recognize that being in the RV does have its limitations, and I have to accept that. So I can't freak out because everything isn't perfect, because that's just not real life anyway. And it's probably not, your house isn't perfect, and your life isn't perfect, and why should mine look like it is? Because it's not. So I'm just accepting the fact that these particular videos will just not look as amazing as the other ones. So anyway, the Meaningful Kit is out in the Reset Girl shop. And we also have a So Cozy 2.0. We have this new digital collection called So Cozy. If you were with me last year, we released a So Cozy kit. It was a fall themed kit. It was beautiful. Well, we gave it an update. So it has like a grateful twist, color palette twist to it. And it is in the digital store. It is beautiful. So there's So Cozy 2.0 in the print and snip shop and the Meaningful Kit. Now I am done with all of my bulletins. I'm done with my pitches. it's time to get crafty and have fun. All right, so I appreciate you guys um, sitting here. Oh, Miss Keisha, you know what? If you are interested in Grateful, we do have a couple kits, and I can certainly make sure that you have access to them because it is a kit you definitely want to have. I love it so much. It was I will always love that kit so much. It's the debut of Sammy. Sammy first came to life in the Grateful kit. So I lost my chat room on this camera. Let me see here. I don't know how to get you guys back on over here so I can see you better. Let me see. Maybe. Ah, there you are. Okay, now I can see my eyes are like right here because right now this is the only one I have. And that's not fun to look down. I got it. I figured it out. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, I have a delay in here, so when you I didn't know until later.
It's okay. Thank you. um. Okay. It is beautiful. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. What size of punches for the print snip embellishments? Hi, Edward. Hi. Long time no see, pal. I'm glad to see your little face here. If you look in all of the descriptions for the product, we put a link. There should be a link in there that tells you which product it matches. But if that is not available, let me see here. You guys remember Edward, our planner guy? He is with us tonight. I do not see Mr. Franklin. But I love. Okay, Edward, if you go to the resetgirl.com and then /favorites, you will see I have all my favorite tools listed, everything I love, and the craft punches. So I'm going to flip this over to my computer screen so that you guys can see. It's the resetgirl.com /favorites. I don't have a mouse for this, the mouse pad for this mouse, and it doesn't want to behave. Okay, so over here on this side, there's the craft punches are listed, and then I don't know why this is so little. Let me see here. Nope, that didn't really help me. I don't know how to use Bing. This is not the Internet Explorer is not the one I'm used to using. Okay, let me see here. Yikes, you guys. I'm just trying to show you my stupid paper. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, so right here on the resetgirl.com favorites, you'll see right here craft punches. The first 6 listed are recommended to use with my paper punch digital buffet. So these right here are the circle, the banner, the large banner, the hexagon, and the file tab. So those are the ones I use in the paper punch buffet category in our digital shop. And if you guys go look like in the paper punch buffet section, those are all shapes you can punch out with those specific punches. So you have like clouds, hexagons, banners. It's how I like to decorate. You don't even have to use my printables. You can just use those punches on your own scrapbook paper stash and just make your own little embellishments, which is what I have been doing and absolutely love. And I've been doing it for a while. So, oh, thank you, Mr. Crafty. So, welcome to the group, Francis. I'm so glad you are here. I see everybody's so welcoming here. So, thank you, Edward. I love those dividers too. Those are my favorite things, and I can't wait to crank some more out. And I have had a couple of requests for boys on the divider, so there will be a planner guy or two. In fact, just the other day in my other video, I actually did decorate with a planner guy. I will show you in your honor since you are here with us. So I have a planner guy. Let me see here. change the camera. So there's my planner. Here's my planner hunk. I do like those vintage, the vintage embellishments and stuff. So he made it in there, right? Planner dudes, planner hunks, planner men. I'll have to come up with a really good name for them. Okay, I'm now drinking cold cocoa because I've been talking so much that I didn't get to actually. He does look very white collar. All of them did back then. They all look like Ward Cleaver. Everybody looks just super clean cut. Yes, Miss Tracy asked about these ones I've been using in my latest video. So um, I have kind of put aside a collection that are copyright friendly because I'm always very cognizant of that, and I am formatting them so that you can use them on the larger crafts because everything I've ever done, they're always very small. So this type of size where you can use them on a craft project, I have gotten them, we cleaned them all up, gave them, made them more user friendly. Sometimes they're missing limbs or they're they're usually in little groups with other women, so they just have to be kind of cleaned up digitally. So I am going to put together a collection like that so that you guys can make a like decorate your dividers. We took the honeys away temporarily, but I want to put them into a beautiful collection that's kind of like different than what we've done. I don't want to have just have little rows of tiny honeys. I want to have like different ways that they're configured so that you can use them. So thank you. That is Kai's Sticker Shop, Honey Girl Sticker Co. She actually has some really cute stickers. I have some. I was using them in my video that I have been. I actually asked her if I could have them. Because I liked them so much. I thought they were really cool. When she showed me what she came up with, I was really surprised because I didn't know what she would do on her own, and I don't have them with me. I don't know what I did with them. But I'm going to be, hi, Miss Colette. Yes, Kai is going to be releasing more products. She wanted to do like a kind of a soft launch, a small launch, just to kind of get the feel of having to do all the orders by herself, because this time she would be a manufacturer and a shipper and all of that. So she did a really small collection so that she could kind of get that feeling. So she will be releasing more, and she will definitely, her store will be listed on my website because she is also going to be selling Reset Girl stickers. I don't really want to do like individual sheets. I want to kind of put things in little mini collections for you. Just for our sake, it helps cut down on how much labor and time it takes to pull orders. We have one employee now. We have one employee and we have a small studio back in Washington, so we had to make a lot of different changes. So that's one of the concessions, is not having the individual sheets. But Kai, when I release stickers again in the single sheets, she will be the store that sells them. If that makes, I hope that all clears that up. So thank you, Miss Catherine. And Miss Amy Jane, if you look in the chat room, the link is right underneath your comment. She has a fall collection right now that was really cute. She has really quirky, some quirky stickers. Her little otter sticker, oh my gosh, she's got little glasses. My daughter has been obsessed with otters since she was a little girl and saw them at SeaWorld. So I was really not shocked that she had otters in her collection. It's really cute seeing her roll out her own little sticker collection. I thought that was, I don't know, that just made me so proud. So now for our crafting, because I'm eating away my time for doing it, I wanted to share an obsession that I have with you guys. How many of you have heard the term commonplace book? Have you guys heard of what a commonplace book is? Show of hands. Raise your hands. Who knows what a commonplace book is? Oh, and Brenda, I'm so glad to hear you love the otter. The otter was adorable. I think Kelly and Kai collaborated on that, Otter. Kelly, if you're still here, I'm not sure if you are. You and your no, no, yes, no. Okay, Colette, you're gonna love this, girl. I'm telling you. So we got yeses and nos, yeses and nos. When I tell you though, when I show it to you what it is, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I do that all the time. So I did not know that they called it a commonplace book. But you know, sometimes when a word pops up on your radar and then all of a sudden you see it everywhere. You guys do this all the time, I'm sure. You just don't realize it. So technically, yes, Emily, exactly. So the commonplace books like harken back to like the 1700s and I think even earlier. So all a commonplace book is it's just really a book that people have gathered quotes and passages that they've like copied from writing, maybe an impression they had of a book they read. It's just this book that's just full of writing that they have like copied from somewhere else or shared a thought about something. It's not quite a diary because it's not pages of like, this is what I did today, this is how I feel. It's simply a book, almost like a reference book. And most of the commonplace books today are a lot of like putting quotes in them. We all do that, right? All of us have that tendency. I'm obsessed with doing it. I love, 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 love copying quotes and passages out of books that I've read. And usually I will put them into notebooks that are themed. So for instance, this is one of the notebooks I gave a facelift to. So for instance, all my faith type quotes or scriptures or these are like passages out of a book that I was reading written by Priscilla Shirer. And did I lose my, I feel like I've lost a camera. Have I lost the camera?
The lighting, the glare, for some reason, doesn't show them anything. If you want them to see anything, you have to use this.
Okay, so sorry guys. My tech support had to rescue me again.
Otherwise, all they see is glare.
Okay, so girls, gentlemen, sorry. This right here is an example of what a commonplace book would be. It's simply a collection of quotes and passages that I've put in here from reading. And these are from specific books about, like, I copied scripture here. I copied whole passages out of my notebook where I had sermons. So, like, I heard a sermon and then I copied into here. I listened to a podcast and I put notes in here. It's all collected together into one book, and it's all about, in this case, my faith. So you could have a commonplace book that's dedicated to one topic if you wanted to. Mr. Crafty's back. My tech support is back.
I wasn't sure if you were done or not.
I am.
Oh.
There you go, Michelle. So I just made a TN for this. Verses, lyrics, quotes, stuff. So a lot of us just kind of write stuff out. So for me, I think this is like a really super, super, super simple way to use pieces in your stash and just kind of like add embellishments. You know what I use this for? The washi. I use this to separate the quotes so that you can visibly see each little section separately. So I use embellishments just to like enhance the page, and then I use the washi and stickers to create what I call, it's like a pathway for the text. It's like creating a speed bump and breaking up the text so it's not just one huge page of text. It's way more fun to add text when you have all this fun artwork around. And how I do this is I actually prep the page. In some cases, I prep the page first with all of the super fun embellishments. And yes, Sharon, that did come from Staples. And I went back to look for more of these pens from Cynthia Rowley, and they were all gone. So I'm kicking myself now that I didn't get more when I had a chance. So, girls, I propose that we all work on a commonplace book. Tracy, this is a TN insert. This was in the video that I just did that's on my YouTube channel. I showed how I gave it a makeover because it looked completely different, and it's a May Designs book. So what I wanted to show you guys is, let me see here. How can you decorate first? So what I'll do is I'll just lay down this. I did this page first. I laid this down all by itself, and I put something here, here. You can make a strategy. Like you can say to yourself, I'm going to put something in every corner, and I'm going to put something right in the center. No matter what I write out and copy out, I'm going to do that. And that's like, this is another example. I put all the things up here in the corners, here, and then I put that right in the center. And then I wrote the text. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to show you how I'm going to prep my pages doing this method. And then I will be able to write more quotes. But what I wanted to show you, because yes, Jackie, I do. I add, so the washi and the stickers I add as I'm writing to break up the text so that each little passage or little piece of quote kind of stands by itself. Journal cards are really great for this because it's like making it its own little piece, you know, like you have your own little quote here, your own little, like a call out, like you have in a magazine. I put a little quote here. This is all from, let's see. I'm trying to see what this is from. Usually I write down what it is, whether it's a book, it's from a book. This is from Priscilla Shirer. I put PS right here at the end of each one. So this is a quote from her book, another quote from her book. So in this case, I probably wrote this all out and then put the washi down and then wrote out more. This is the kind of video that I want to start doing more of. If you go back, if you guys have not been on my YouTube channel in a while, if you go back to my, I have a whole faith journaling section of videos, and that is where I actually worked on this very book. I actually filmed myself making this page. You can watch me on camera do that. There's a faith journaling section on my YouTube channel. Oh, Amy Jane says that she watched the video with me doing this so many times. I think this is one of the coolest pages I ever got to do. I look at this and go, wow, how did I do that? Because I don't even remember. So what I wanted to show you guys, is this is a really super, super easy, fun thing to do. We all have like pieces in our stash. This is a great use for using the paper punch buffet. It's just super fun. And we all of us have access to Pinterest. There's tons of pins on there with great quotes. You can look for a theme. You can go, you know what? I want to just make several pages of quotes all about being grateful. I want to make pages that are all about, you know, being strong or being an overcomer. Whatever that topic is for you that you're interested in, you can just fill up your commonplace book with lots of that particular theme and then move on to something else. You can work in the book anywhere you want. You can just do it chronologically. I wanted to show you, so I have a book that I wanted to show you that I thought was perfect for this job. So I bought this book a long, long time ago. And I have not put it to use. It is and I'm never going to say this name right. It's called Ami, and I'm so sorry. I'm going to butcher this name. I wonder if the camera can even see it. McQuilrius book. I bought it from Barnes & Noble, and it is graph paper on the inside, and it is 300 pages long. It is soft and leathery. You can totally cover this like with whatever you want to do. And I just thought this was such a really fun way of, I mean, look how thick that is. So I thought this would be a fun notebook to use for this particular craft. If you are interested, I found two places. If you're an Amazon person, and want to take it, you want to get it on Prime, here it is on Amazon. That's the link for it right here. And if you, it's also available at Barnes and Noble. And I made a special link just so that you can get there really easy. Yes, Rainy, exactly. So a lot of us have been doing these kinds of notes and stuff, but we just didn't know that's what you call them. And I can't remember how it came on my radar, but it was sometime last year when I heard somebody say that. Not heard them say it. I read it, and then I was like, that is such a neat name, Commonplace. And then I saw it again and again. And I just bought a book not too long ago that um, mentions it in more depth. And I'm trying to see if this is the book that I'm thinking, because I wanted to show you. You guys can just talk amongst yourselves while we do this. I'm trying to see if there's like an index in the back of this book that can tell me, is this the book we're talking about, or am I just making stuff up? I'm just obsessed, and I've kind of been sitting on this book waiting to start it because I wanted to show this to you, and I thought, you know what? Here we go. I am not imagining it. So I don't know if you guys have seen this book. I bought it a while ago, and I meant to do like a review of it, but I haven't done that. It's the Dot Journaling, a Practical Guide. So in this book is on page 144, A Brief History of Commonplace Books, otherwise known as Dot Journals of Yore. So bye, Miss Lisa. Thanks for joining us. So anyway, if you happen to have this book or saw this book, this actually is I was really impressed with this book. There's some things about bullet journaling I will never do in a million years because it's just way too much work for me. But there are some things about she calls it dot journaling. Obviously, she meant bullet journaling. For most of us that are familiar with that. She had a lot of interesting ideas and things that she talked about, like journal keeping in general. And I thought it was really interesting. And yes, Beth, this stream will be saved on YouTube for viewing later. So you can come on back to us later. You will not see the chat room. You'll just see me by myself. So this book had a lot of really great ideas. And she's very, she shows her actual spreads and tells you how she does different things. And she gives you lots of different ideas. Bullet journaling is not really for me, but I do appreciate some of the ideas that she shares, and about how people used to journal back in the day, and how they would maybe just make little bullets of here's my highlights of today. And so I started doing that, is just kind of bulleting what happened throughout my day, and I shared that on Instagram. I've been really, really keeping it up. I'm really proud of myself because that's not something, I have a hard time keeping up with journaling, but I thought it would be helpful if when I go to sit down to do any kind of memory keeping, and I swear I'm going to one day, at least I'll have a record, something to look back on that will help me sort of understand what the photos were, because I'll finally have something written down. And it's kind of fun to keep track of things that I don't normally do, like the weather and what I ate for breakfast and what I ate for dinner. I don't know if that will be important to me one day, but it's kind of fun to do. My life has sort of changed being in this kind of new living situation. So I don't know, it's kind of fun to detail what's happening. And so I can look back later and go, this was how my life was different in that situation. So when I was reading that, it reignited my memory of, oh yeah, the Commonplace book. I wanted to do one of those. And I've had this little book for a really long time. So I thought, here's my chance. And I thought maybe if you guys were interested in doing it too, and Western Goal, that's exactly what I mean. So doing the details of bullet journaling, using it for a journal for daily to-dos and trackers, but not for scheduling appointments. So I can see the merit. The thing that I don't love about bullet journaling is I don't like treating one book like a resource and a to-do list. I don't want to do that. I want to have a separate planner for my to-dos and tasks, and then have a separate book that's a resource that I'm building, that I'm putting love into, that I want to come back and use all the time. To me, that's something I can't wrap my brain around, why you would want to put all of that into one book, because you're going to end up filling it up and needing to toss it much faster. Where something like this is like a this is like an encyclopedia for yourself. So I fell in love with this book. I've had it for like a year and I've not put it to work. So I am going to turn this into my commonplace book, and I'm going to do the first section of it about gratitude. I'm just going to fill lots of quotes and stuff. And I did actually start writing in it in the beginning. I can show you how I started. All I did at this point was I had just written some quotes somewhere along the line. I don't even know when I did this. I wrote out Psalm 70, which is a psalm that was really super meaningful to me when I was going through different situations let's just say situations. This is from Women of the Word, a book that I got on my Kindle, and then I was all excited about it. I started reading it, and then I put it to the side and started doing something else. But this is what you would do with it, is start writing down quotes from the book, things that were really important or special to you. Because when you think about it, if you filled this book with all the highlights of all the personal development books, or all the books about, like, if you filled it full of recipes, if you filled it full of advice about crafting or fitness, whatever the topic is that's important to you, if you filled it full of highlights, you would be able to read your own book page after page after page and appreciate just the highlights. I want the good stuff, like I don't want to have to read a bunch of pages that are not as important to me anymore. But you could fill this full with all kinds of other books you've read and make it be this like really important resource. So this is what I wanted to introduce in the Late Night Crafty Club. And you don't have to use this one. You can just use a regular traveler's notebook insert. You can use a regular spiral notebook. You don't have to use anything fancy. I just thought this book was awesome because it's so robust, and it's graph paper, which is my favorite. And obviously I had kind of started that process, in my traveler's notebook. So what I'm going to do, just so that I can say I actually got crafty in the Late Night Crafty Club, is I'm going to go ahead and prep. I'm going to prep some pages. So I'm going to flip my camera on over here. Okay, so I wish I had better lighting over here. Let me see hang on a second. I want to see what happens if I flip this light down. That's better already, isn't it? Kinda. I bet my tech support's going to be running in here any second. See if just before I break his light. Oh, look, there he is. Right on time.
We just really didn't have enough time to get prepared tonight.
I know. I'm sorry, guys, that the lighting in here is so crummy. It always takes longer to set all the lighting and cameras up than we realize, I think. And we haven't done this in a while, so I think we kind of forgot how long it actually takes. Oh, my goodness gracious. That lighting is so terrible. Oh, Chandra, I love that. See, that's inspiring to me. I'm glad that you do that you designate part of your TN to quotes. Things you might learn, some little nuggets of wisdom you might get out of this show. Okay, I'm pulling out some of my crafty stuff while Mr. Crafty is here trying to fix the lighting and make it better so you guys don't have to see. Okay. You guys just keep talking while we're messing with stuff over here, trying to get this to look nicer. The top half. looks out of focus. It looks better. The lighting is better.
The focus was put on manual so that it didn't keep zooming in and out.
Hi, Riza. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. And we're glad that you're here, late or not. Amber, I didn't say the name of the commonplace book. I don't think I named a name. I was just showing that I was in this book. She mentions it in detail, the history of the commonplace book. I think if I'm answering your question, it was this little page here, a brief history of commonplace books. But you guys, if you're interested in like some of the history about it, it's actually quite interesting. You could just Google it and there'll be stuff on there. So there you go, Kara. That's exactly right. So a lot of you guys have been doing this all along. Hi, Erica. It's just that you didn't know that's what they called it. I didn't know that's what they technically called it. So we were just ahead of the trend. And scrap for therapy, tiny honeys. I think that's funny. Okay, so let me grab some of my goodies here. Because being prepared ahead of time, that would have made too much sense. So I'm just going to prep a page and just show you like how, because as you can see, this is kind of boring, right? This isn't as much fun as, say, as like this, right? Isn't this way more fun? And for girls like us, when we have tons of stuff in our stash, we have so many products and things we could use. I just think this is more exciting and fun to look at, and much more likely for me to open and want to read. So this is what the world might, how other people might do it, but I think that we should always try to be a little craftier. So I'm going to take my own advice and make a couple. I'm pulling open my stash of honeys that I have here in my drawer. I have a secret little stash of them. And one of my favorite honeys is this girl right here. And I love her because she looks so dreamy and thoughtful. This glue is done. Okay, so I'm picking nothing special. I'm just opening the page like to the next page and I'm putting down something. Now, because I seem to be on this roll with putting a lot of faith-based stuff in this book, that's how I'm going to keep it. And because she's got this piece sticking in her, like it's somebody's elbow, I'm going to cover that up with an embellishment that we made. And then I have some washi sitting here in my little tray. And so this would be an example of what I would use as I'm writing to kind of separate the words. So I'm going to keep adding some more little embellishments to kind of break things up. And I'm looking for my scissors. I will do a video on this particular book, my commonplace book. I'll call it my Crafty commonplace book. And I will post this on my channel so that you can see it with like better quality lighting and it's not so hurried and rushed and I'm just trying to slap stuff on here. Okay. I was just really glad that I managed to get a late night crafty club show up before the end of the month. This month kind of went by faster than I realized it was going to, and I thought it just kept feeling like, oh, I have time to do a late night crafty club. So we only ended up doing one of them this month. Yes, and an index would be a great idea. And usually, as you notice with the bullet journaling world, I left the few pages blank here in the front just for that purpose. So you'd want to put your index right in the front and then go ahead and start picking a place to add later. This is also why I made those little numbered dot stickers was for this project so that you could number your pages. I'm going to reintroduce those stickers when I'm going to make a little kit for this project, and I'm going to reintroduce them. Okay, I have to grab my embellishment box. 1 second, please. Miss Candy, I see your question about will there be more people of color. I have always from let's see, at least the last year, all of the collections I offered always have other ladies in them. I have not had any new releases, so the stuff that you see me using is from like my little digital stuff. I have girls. I do have girls. I have all kinds of different girls, but I haven't released anything new. But I have been including them in my collections for sure. I don't want anyone to feel left out. Honey, would you mind helping me? Could you?
What, you think this is about you?
Can you help me grab that bin down there on the floor?
Yes, sir.
The one underneath it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, girls. See, this is most of the time how the honeys appeared, is they would be like in shapes and stuff. This is when I've been, releasing them. And I actually have not even ever shared these with you guys. We have a whole collection of layering circles that I have not released. It's called Layering Circle Love. And there's like, I don't know, maybe 12 sheets of them in there from all the different collections. So this would be an example of how we've released them in the past. We have not had them this way before. So actually, you know what? I don't like doing that. For some reason, I like my honeys to be separate. So if there's one honey here, I don't tend to like put other honeys with her. I like each one to kind of stand out on their own in general, unless they're small like this. Like this was one of the few times I put 2 on a page, but I really do like them kind of on their own. I don't know why. So I am grabbing some other random embellishments just to kind of, I don't want to just use mine. I wanted to use some other ones too. Like this beautiful one that says Loving This Life. I gotta tell you guys, I have not pulled out any of these embellishments in, let's see, I think 6 months or so. Happy wife, happy life. So I'm going to grab this one. This is an excellent example of one that you could put right in the center of the page. And let me show you. I'm going to pull this one off because I think, ooh. Okay, so this is how I would do it. I would basically cut it right down the center and then glue it in there. I just brutally ripped that embellishment off the page. And this glue is so strong that it like left residue behind. So there's one half of it. And then here's the other. Okay. There's that one. Now to glue it down, I'm going to smush it in there really good. Victoria, you would like the full size, not the dot circles. When you say full size, which one are you talking about? What specifically do you mean by full size? And Teresa, that is an excellent question. How full will this get? I don't know. That's an interesting question. Wouldn't it be kind of fun to find out? I think if it was super fluffy, I mean, think about how fluffy this thing could get if you had it full of stuff. So I think it'll be fun to find out. Interesting. It did kind of, it lined up just like where it was supposed to. Okay, so there's an example of how you would cut something right down the center. In this case, like here's another one that I did that to where I cut it down the center. This is a square included on either side. So you don't, I mean, it could be more than just circles. Any large embellishment or journal card, you could cut in half and put down the center. So this is my way of like prepping the page. And then I can come back later and put down quotes and stuff that I want to add. I did not realize that in this room, I haven't really been crafting as much until just really recently. So now I kind of see where now I can see where I have to set up my room better because I don't really know where some of my things are right now. So I'm adding one of my headers up here. This is where I would put like the title of my whatever quotes that are going to be on this page. This is where I would record the name of the book or the author. And that comes from the Whimsy banner and headers page sticker sheet that we always offer. So no matter what I'm going to talk about, this is going to be this page that I'm setting up like this. Whatever I decide to record will have something that's all set up for it. And I'm pulling out more stuff to see what else I can add here. I have got embellishment packs from that's pretty. These are these little butterflies and tags. I found this really cool place in Germany when I got to go there last year. And it was like a stationery store, and it had all these fun, it reminded me of the stationery department you see in IKEA. And it had all these fun like tags and like vintage looking things like this. I really like this butterfly. Doesn't she seem like she'd be a butterfly type girl? And a butterfly seems like it would be a lot of fun sticking up at the top of the page, especially because it's got this string. Do I dare? You know what, you guys? I dare. I'm going to go ahead and put this butterfly on it so it actually sticks up. Just like a tab. I'm just doing it. I might regret it later. And I might actually have to rip it off, but I like it. I'm going to try to make it work. And I'm going to pull out some of these because these are my favorite type of embellishments. It's just like the random, like vintagey looking, like stuff that just seems so odd. Like, why would you have picked that? And I love journaling labels. So I'm going to pick one of these. So you see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of like putting things in random placement all over all my glue sticks are running out. Damaris, you're not the only weirdo. I love the sound of the glue sticks too. We little crafty girls are very interesting. We love the sound of the cutting scissors and the feel of things. We love the way like a good pen feels when we write with it. We're very tactile, and I think that we've really like strong senses about things, the way things like feel. Okay, so here's like a fun. So see what I'm doing? I'm just sort of like kind of randomly placing things. I think I'm going to build this middle part up a little bit more. Wow, this is fun. I just have like this bin of stuff that's all still like wrapped up from when we moved into the RV. So clearly I have not used any of this stuff. It was all packed up for me. So I am opening it now. This looks like a big bag of circles. I love circles. Look, you guys, this is like perfect stuff. It's just all like randomy. Okay. This is this plastic tray. It's like a lucite, plastic lucite. It's from my little vintage train case. There we go. So I pulled it out of the train case it was in, and it's full of like these pieces. So I'm going to use it. This is, yeah, this is not a good crafting table, honey. I am using the tiniest little crafting table you guys have ever seen. It's like a little dresser, and I can't even like sit in front of it with my legs properly because of where it is. It's kind of funny. You guys could see me, but I'm powering through because you guys are here with me. So I'm gonna make it work. But Mr. Crafty just came in here with a big folding table for me. All right. So, are we going to be crafting this weekend, girls? Who's crafting this weekend? Who's got some time? Who's got time on their hands to just like, sit down and do some lovely fall crafting? We are already at the end of October. I can't believe it. I want to craft tomorrow. I think I'm going to be crafting. Here's one of my daughter's stickers. She made these really cute little brackets. I thought these were so fun. I am such a huge fan of brackets. So she has these flat ones and then the curvy ones, and some little succulents are what I grabbed from her. I'm totally using these little guys right here. This is a perfect thing to put a quote in. I'm going to have to ask for some custom brackets. I'm going to put a little quote inside that one. So bring back the brackets. I am digging the brackets, right? I think she has these on her page right now, the Honey Girl Sticker Co. I'm pretty sure that she's got those for sale, but I'm in love with them. When I saw the page of them, I was like, can I have those, please? Because I have a stamp somewhere that actually has brackets on it. No, actually I don't. I actually destashed that one. I gave that away to somebody else. I do not have that anymore. And I have this really pretty flower. Let's see here. It's like the worst camera to kind of craft with. You guys can barely see anything I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm just kind of seeing what looks good and what doesn't. Like that looks kind of fun to me. I'm gonna stick this one here. I've always wanted a fluffy book, so I think I'm gonna just do this in this book and fill it full. Maybe I won't like put embellishments on every single page. Sometimes maybe I'll just use like stickers and washi. The die cuts are pretty thick, so they definitely are going to add thickness. But this poor book needs to like fulfill its destiny. I'm not using it for anything, and it needs to get used for something. Okay, so here's another die cut. I love ledger and like book copy. Those they just make my heart sing. Okay. This is kind of fun, huh? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm kind of making a grouping right there. So you guys, this is an example of just like putting things around on the page just for fun. It doesn't have to make sense in any way. It doesn't have to be themed. It doesn't have to have matching embellishments. This is just about just the fun of it feels like you're just like being a kid again, like you're just pasting and gluing. It's so soothing. If you have an opportunity this weekend to like kind of just grab some of your die cuts, grab your punches, punch out. These are just circles that got punched with a circle punch. And probably you could punch magazines. just glue some stuff down in one of your notebooks and just copy some quotes in it. There, so there's a page. Let me see if I can. So there's a bracket. So that's an area, a space right there for me to put a quote into. There's her and a butterfly. And then, you know, an oddly placed, a strangely placed tag. There's a header for the title. So I have a page now where I can copy out some quotes from a book that I might happen to read. And then all I'll need to do is just keep some washi near me and then use it to kind of separate the quotes. And I can record myself. That would be a really fun time-lapse kind of video to do, where I don't have to talk through it, and I can just prep these pages ahead of time and then sit there and fill them out, and you guys can watch and listen to some pretty music. You guys, that's a great idea. Mr. Crafty, did you hear that? All right, so it's a date. Tomorrow I'm going to film some videos of myself doing that. I'm going to prep pages ahead of time and then just sit there and fill it out. I love just writing stuff out. Writing can be very soothing and it's just really fun. Okay, so that's one page. Like that. See? One page down. And then you can do another one. So if you pick, like, make a formula for yourself where you tell yourself, I'm just going to put stuff here in the corners, or I'll put one big thing in the middle. Like, create kind of a concept for yourself where that's all you're going to do each time is just build up each corner or whatever it is that you want to do, whatever you've decided. You might decide like to treat each page like its own little piece instead of one big layout. You could just treat each page like an individual little work of art. You could do your scripture writing challenge this way, you know, in one of these books. I bought these punches, these punch circles from the Paper Basket on Etsy. I love shopping with her. She has some of the just cutest, like, vintage stuff, and she just punches like really random things, and I just think it's fun. It's kind of like a little grab bag of fun little circles. Isn't that cute? And yes, I could totally do this myself, but sometimes it's fun to see what other people have in their stash, because I tend to kind of stick with my own, the things that I like, so I'm not a girl that creates a lot of variety on my own. So it was kind of fun to buy this because now I am making sure I get variety because I bought somebody else's paper stash, if that makes sense. I've always thought it would be fun to have a little in the Happy Place Club to have like a little give like a swap where we all do like a little paper punch buffet swap. All of us put together little pieces and then we swap with each other. I just don't want to have it. My fear is that I'm afraid people won't follow through and then I'll have a lot of disappointed ladies. And that's my fear, is because sometimes swaps don't work out very well for some people. See, now I kind of wish I'd put that at the top of my page. I think that's so cute. So I'll probably, where's my word strip stickers? I love a word strip sticker. Ooh. I kind of wonder what she would be like if I put her down the center of the paper. That would be kind of interesting. I'm going to do something bold. I am going to cut this honey right here on camera. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out like how I could do that. Her leg. Okay, I'm going to do it like this. I have no idea if this is going to work out or not, but whoop. Oh, I did not cut her head. It's like there's part of her showing. Okay, I want to see what happens. I want to see if I can reconstruct her so she's cut down the middle. For those of you who need to be doing your homework while this is on, I hope you guys are doing your homework while you're listening. I see a few of you talking about having homework to do. I totally remember I graduated in 2013, and I remember how hard that was to do. I did not do anything even remotely fun during that time. I went to work, I came home, and I studied all weekend, every Friday, every Saturday. I did not have any kind of life until I was done with school. So I did not attempt, I was not on Instagram or did anything. I did not do anything hobbyist. I didn't even read anything for fun. I just did my schoolwork. So I feel you. But if you should be doing your homework, you could do that while you're while you're listening. I'll support you in that. Okay. I was able to reconstruct her. So you can cut anything there. So she's been cut. Now she's kind of in the middle. So I'm sealing her in. Well, Ashley, who says that it's hard to be in grad school and manage craft life and homework life. I applaud you for attempting grad school. You know, that is an amazing accomplishment, and when you're done, you're going to be so glad. All the sacrifice that you've had to go through for it, you'll look back and say, totally worth it. Because so few people get to that level, and it will be really meaningful to you in life that you did. Okay. So I can imagine this would be really fun. I'm excited, you guys. Tomorrow, I'm going to be flipping on my camera, a real camera, a good one, and I'm going to be sitting here doing this and having fun. And I'm going to get this all prepped so you guys can watch time lapse me prep all these pages. And actually, I'll do half and half. So I'll be chatty and talk through it, and then I will turn it on for the writing of it. Thank you, Michelle. That is one balanced honey. She is indeed. I absolutely love watching time-lapse videos when people are writing. Am I the only one? Because honestly, it is so hypnotizing. It's like the pen is magic and you're just watching all of this like fluid writing coming out of it. It is so fun. Oh, Diane, it is, you know what? I had to go to school to learn to cut like that. It was an accelerated cutting class to learn how to cut a honey. You just cannot attempt this level of cutting. You can't be an amateur. You know what? Where the magic is? Right there. These are the magic that make cutting a honey in half possible. I feel like a magician right now. These are these fun stickers I just got. I'm not going to lie, I have done a little bit of shopping at the stores that I've taught at. One, because that's a really good thing to support other businesses, especially a business that has had you come in and teach. But I have not been shopping. I haven't been looking at things. So there's been some fun little stuff I've seen out and about. So I was really excited to grab some fresh supplies, and I thought that was really pretty. I think I'm going to put, I don't know, are these clear? Ooh, they're clear. I don't know if that's a helpful thing. Let me see here. No, I don't want to put that there. I want to think about that. I want to think about how I want to use. I'm really loving this page. It definitely needs some blue though, don't you think? So I'm going to put that down. Of course, it would even be better with two of them. I'm obsessed with like old-fashioned office paper, like ledger paper. Obsessed. I still have stuff my mom gave me, like dot matrix paper. And if you're a Gen Xer, you know exactly what dot matrix paper is. I still have some of that from when, like, she gave it to me when I was a little kid, because I'm a weird hoarder like that. And I just think adding office supplies into your crafting is just, there's something so fun about it. I don't know why. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to add that in there. If I was not, this is really uncomfortable how I have to sit at this little table. It's not a table, it's actually a little dresser, which doesn't allow for your legs to go anywhere. But tomorrow, when I actually have a real thing to sit at, this is going to be so fun. Do I like that there? Or is that kind of funky? I don't know. If only it's kind of like it's a really tight fit going across the paper like that. I think I'll hold on that one. Okay, so here's another example of how I have like a thing in the middle and 4 things, like one in every corner. Except that I don't like this thing by itself, so I need to embellish this corner better. Ooh, love that. Something weird and oddly placed. Yes, please. Do you ever feel like you're an odd crafter? Like the things that you like feel like they're not popular or they're kind of funky or different? I feel like a lot of this stuff I see, I know it sells well and I know people get excited by it, but I am not, I just don't seem to be excited by a lot of the stuff I see in the stores anymore. I really get excited about really odd decorations. So I am just gluing stuff down. I'm not even sure. I think this is, I don't know if I like this other piece here, but I think this is fun. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do another set of brackets down here in this corner. What colors do we want to be here? I love the black ones. They're so bold. Ooh, I like this one. Or do I want to, you know what, I'm going to put this bracket in an odd place. I'm just going to put it right up here next to her. And see, when you do this, when you plan ahead and you just make the space, it's like you're making this, you're deliberately making it so that it'll be interesting. You're controlling how it's going to like be odd because you're making sure of it. By placing it in an unusual place, by putting something, you know, set up on the page a certain way, you're setting yourself up for success by kind of planning ahead, I think. That is too matchy-matchy. Do I want to put this right here? I'll put it right there. Okay, so I'm going to put a quote down here on her little skirt or coat. And I'm going to put this up here every day. Okay, so another fun thing you could do is cut a piece, an embellishment, and cut it in half, like cut so part of it is hanging off the page. Let me see here. Here, like as an example, although I'm not sure if I want to do it with this heart. I kind of like the idea of keeping the heart intact. Okay. I'm a sucker for wood grain. I'm using the wood grain here. I am in love with this. I just love all the colors and... Hi, honey.
You were way off screen. Just wanted to...
No, I believe you. It's kind of hard to be on screen. It's hard to decorate like this. Okay, so I'm going to put some washi down in this corner. And I'm picking it... I'm going to put some washi down this corner, and I'm picking it because of the color, not because of the theme. I just think it looks really good with this, with the color palette I got going here. Oop. And I just looked at the clock and it's like 11:15. So I think I try to do a 2-hour show. The last 2 times the show has been like a seriously much longer time. Trying to remember. I think it was like almost 3. I think it was a 3-hour show last time. Yes, I saw what you guys are talking about. If you're looking for the brackets, which I am loving right now, these are from my daughter's store, which is Honey Girl Sticker Co. And she is on Etsy. You can go to honeygirlstickerco.com and it will take you right to it. Okay, so I'm going to put down some more. So I just put something, I followed another kind of like formula where I was like putting something in each corner and then something right down the middle. I deliberately set that up so I could put a quote from something I'm going to write tomorrow. So it's same thing here. And then here is the place where I'm going to write the name of like whatever book that I'm reading or that I got it out of. And just to show you, so that's something I would do. Like here is How to Hear from God Easily. It was from a Kindle book that I have by Adam Hogue. But I tried to do that. This is from The Circle Maker by Mark Batterson. So that's kind of one thing I try to do is put the name of where it came from so that I can reference it easily. This one I didn't do that. I put the title here, You Were Made for a God-Sized Dream by Holly Girth. So sometimes, like in this case, I was just putting, like I put a little note to God here. I put a scripture here and a scripture here. Sometimes it's just so much fun to make the page. And that's what I hope that you'll discover too, is that you'll just have fun filling up the little spots. Like this could be a little scripture, you know, that you put here and you put something here and put some washi down here. You can break up the page even after you've done this. So this is a lot more fun than that. This is more inspiring to me to go look at than this is. So that's just like an example of how, like why and how you would want to make this more fun. And then of course the top of it, imagine all the fun little tabs that you could add to the top of your pages, which I'm going to do right now. So one of the things I did with my paper punch buffet is I made myself all like just grabbed random sheets of punches and papers and made little shapes. And I put them in my little teeny tiny bags here. So I'm going to pick probably this one. Looks awesome. So I'm going to attach a tab to the top here. And I'm going to put a word strip sticker. And I'm just picking, oh, not that one. These are misfits, so some of them don't necessarily work very well. Some of them are not cut perfectly, so we couldn't sell it, but let's see here. I'm going to go with provider. Okay, There we go. So my husband set me up with some Misfit stickers when he was making me my stickers for like workshops. He's been making them in the RV. Every time I had a workshop to teach, he would make all the stickers and kit materials. So I have a lot of Misfits to work with. But so there's like a fun little tag. And there's my little butterfly. Let's see. I have a little sticker here that would look good on my butterfly. Let's see here. I want it to stick off the butterfly though. Like that. Precious. Okay. I love this. I am really looking forward tomorrow to filling that out with some quotes. So this could be just filled. Think about all of the fun, fantastic quotes and passages, copying them out of books. And like I said, I'm not going to fill it full of die cuts because I know that will make it really fluffy. Things like stickers tend to be thinner. Washi is thin. So I would probably be a little bit more minimal than like sticking with that for a little while, kind of jumping around, trying out some watercolors maybe just to have some different things going on. So I think I'm going to work from this book for a little while. So you guys will see this for a bit. I'm going to go back and if you guys worked on any of the Grateful craft projects that I showed in the last video, the last Late Night Crafty Club, I'm going to go back and probably start putting some of my gratitude lists in this book, I think. So that is my look. I was actually crafty in the Late Night Crafty Club. I feel so accomplished now. Let me see. Let me find you here, Corey. Okay. So now we got crazy lights going on. So let me see if I can make them less crazy. Mr. Crafty. It's so bright. I look like I have like an alien abduction going on here. It looks like I have. Thank you. Woo! Tone it down.
Stranger things going on.
Okay. Okay, so this is super funny. I was sitting here like working in my book, so I couldn't really like pay attention. And then it occurred to me like, what if everybody like went to bed? I'm sitting here talking to myself. But yes, you guys are all talking about other things. So, and Kara points out that this can be part of a self-care night. Absolutely. I will say this. I am a huge proponent of cutting and pasting. Sometimes some of the types of crafting you do is stressful because everything feels like a decision. You know, like that's why, I don't know, I don't get real excited about the idea of doing memory keeping right now. And I think part of it is because I think it's going to involve all these hard decisions about getting it just right. So finding something that is very low key and doesn't have pressure and is just like having fun and it's just practicing. If you continue doing anything enough times, you're going to develop a style and a way you like doing things. And it helps you get some creative confidence. So these right here could be like your best friends on Friday night, you know, because Friday feels like a downtime night to me if you don't have plans. This is kind of a fun thing to grab. If you have time during the weekend, this weekend, you could be sitting down with your besties and just pull out your paper and layer some stuff. If perfectionism tries to ruin the fun, you tell it to get lost. Because when you were a little kid, when I was a little kid, I do not remember ever stressing about how I colored, how I cut, how I pasted. You did things with abandon. You did things for fun because you enjoyed it because it was fun. The squishing the paint, the paint or squishing the glue and the cutting as best as your little chubby hands could cut. You wouldn't you wouldn't criticize your little preschooler for how they didn't cut something or how they didn't paint something. Why do you do that to yourself? And I'm saying this to you because I have to say this to myself a lot. Don't worry about how she's doing it. Don't go look at Instagram and then think, see, I can't do it that good. I can't do it like she can. You have no idea how long that girl practiced her butt off to get those beautiful letters, right? You have no idea how long that person had to sit there and play with paint and supplies to get that look and achieve that talent. I look at some people like Jane Davenport is very she's so fun to watch, and it's just like magic watching her girls come alive. And I always think, like, how does she know where to draw this? How does she know how to do this? From practice. Years and years of practice until it's just like muscle memory. And you have to like let yourself off the hook. You have to give yourself grace, because if you're new to something, you can't expect yourself to be amazing the first time you do it. So what I just did in my little book with some paper and some scissors and glue, like, treat yourself to some time this weekend if you can, to just let there be no rules and just practice putting things around on the paper and write out some quotes. Grab your Bible, grab your phone and Pinterest, and just copy quotes into your book. That, I think, is a fabulous way of like setting the groundwork of like the something you can do consistently and something you'll enjoy and it feels good and it's just for you. You don't even have to share it on social media if you don't want to. It's for you to have something that's no brainer and easy. We have all of us, we all have a cajillion pens um, in our collections. Like this, I had to narrow my pen collection down, but I have some pens in my little collection that I love to write with and create stuff with. So pull out some of your favorite writing pens and a notebook, even if it's a cheapy little spiral bound book, and just practice with some of your stash and write yourself some love notes. Write yourself a letter about what you hope to get out of 2018. Just fill it full of randomness and just let it be your fun little smash book that has nothing to do with anything, just for fun. And I assure you that over time, when you just playing around with it, it's going to be something that you really look forward to doing, and you get to see how you grow. It's a simple thing. And when I first came into like playing around with my planner is how I like kind of baby stepped into this, because a planner is so familiar and something I've always passionately loved. Learning how to like put my little die cuts and like what I liked and let's put some washi here and a sticker there, that became easier to do over time because I kept playing with it and playing with it. So hi, Miss Marcia. I am so glad you joined us. And it's your first night. We've had quite a few people tonight that was like their first time here. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So, right, Jackie, I'm so tired of thinking. This is music to my ears. It should be music to all of your ears. We need to let ourselves off the hook, because sometimes I make it too much of a big deal too. Oh, it's just too much work. I can't figure that out. Sometimes I look at some of the trends out there and I don't even want to attempt it. It's just like, it's another thing that I'm going to struggle with. What do I know and what do I enjoy doing? I know that I like gluing pieces of, of paper, punched paper, and I love moving them around the page and gluing them down. So the fun part is adding your own writing and your own little fun things. And you know what? Journaling even seems like too much pressure sometimes. So just copying things into it, the commonplace book, it's going to be your jam, girl. It is going to be something so fun. So the next video I want you guys to look out for from me is going to be my Crafty commonplace book, where I'm going to continue doing this because this was fun, and I'm going to see how I really want to stick with it. I've always wanted to have like this epic YouTube series where I like just do something really, I stay on top of one thing. I think this would be really fun to do, and I really want to make those time-lapse videos. So I think this would be a great project to do them in, where I just do some crafting, and then I time lapse it with the writing. Doesn't that sound like fun? And then I want you guys to keep your eyes peeled for part 2 of this video that I did, the setting up of my Traveler's Notebook, part 1. Well, part 2 is going to be me showing you how I'm actually going to like get all these inserts labeled and tabbed and how I'm going to use them. I want to show you guys how to use simple inserts to like create a tool. So this is going to be my new faith planner. I wanted to do something, I just wanted to do a simple version of the faith planner I have set up. I wanted to do it in a traveler's notebook for fun. But this is going to be more like journaly and more like free form and not as detailed as I have it. So this would be a great idea for you ladies to set up for yourselves about any subject. So I wanted to show you that, how you could just use some of the traveler's notebooks you have sitting around. They don't have to be specific, inserts and stuff. So, oh my goodness. I hope that you guys got something good out of tonight. And I crafted, so I feel good. Check. I got that on there because I'm starting to feel like I call this the late night crafty club, but all I ever really do is do a lot of talking. So, and I figure eventually you guys are going to start calling me on it. So, woo! I got that out of the way. I saved myself. So, yes. Oh, Miss Andrea, there you are, showing up. So, yes, I'm glad that you're going to watch from the beginning. And we were just talking about doing commonplace books. I'd love to see what you come up with because I know that you're a very crafty mama. And I know, Ashley, it is fun. And I hope that a lot of you are going to be crafting tomorrow. I'm sure some of you guys got plans because Halloween is on Tuesday. So those of you with little kiddos are probably getting all those last minute Halloween tasks underway and done. I don't even know. I doubt we'll even have any trick-or-treaters because there's no little kids around here. I'm kind of in a RV park with more like people my parents' age are here. I haven't seen anybody, so I feel so young. But it's fun. I love people my parents' age. I don't think we're going to be doing anything Halloweeny. So Michelle, another first timer. Thank you for joining us too. And I'm so glad that you got something out of it. And I think some of you might be here because you listened to the Scrap Gals podcast and you were curious about the girl that they were talking to. So here I am. So I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed the show. Miss Claudine, I'm finally in your time zone, girl. And trust me, I have not given up on the dream and hope of coming to your town because any excuse I have to come to New York. So Life on Cardboard. I like that name. Some of you guys have really fun names, I noticed when I see your come up there. And you're from the Dominican Republic. Wow. I love when I see ladies from other parts of the world. It's so fun. So I see some of you guys are going to the Boo and Zoo and the Trunk or Treat. And Kara, thank you so much. I'm so glad. Again, another first timer getting to watch a live episode. Maybe some of you guys getting to watch a live episode is because I changed the time. Maybe that's the reason. Because a lot of you guys have told me that you were really excited about the time change. And maybe I'll get to watch an actual live show this time. So yes, that must be it. So, well, Edward, you know what? I am glad that you are here. I'm glad and you stuck it through all the way to the end. So yes, Happy Place Club and this is great. I want everyone to feel like they fit in somewhere. So no pressure to join all my clubs at all. So I love that. So I'm glad that you were here and that you even had it on your agenda because sometimes guys kind of jump in every now and then we don't see them again. So it's fun to have a planner guy in the group. So Miss Lynette is asking if I'll be at PlannerCon, and I will not be at PlannerCon. Victoria says, I will not forget, Victoria, about the Planner Honey things. I will be working on that. I've gotten a lot of requests for the Planner Honeys in, doing something with them digitally for you guys to use too. So I will work on that and we'll get them up into the digital store because Miss Tracy says her life will be complete after that. So Tracy, I want to fulfill this dream for you. um, oh, Miss Diane, I'm glad that you got to have date night with your hubby, and you can definitely come back and watch the beginning of the show. And Adina, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. And it's okay, Michelle, that you missed part of the show because so far we've been doing okay with just letting it just kind of like it's a really simple process. If I don't have to edit anything, we can just make the show live, like the replay is live on the channel, so we don't have to like edit and fix it, and it spends hours processing. So I'm pretty sure that that is a big reason why it's been easier to watch these rebroadcasts and stuff. So thank you, Sarah. And oh, from Scotland. Oh my gosh, you guys have the most delicious accents. I'm so glad that you were able to join. Oh, I hate saying goodbye to you guys. And yes, Eds, we are going to make a Christmas collection. I had sworn earlier, I think earlier this year and last year, I'm not doing any more seasonal stuff, but I take it back. I'm going to be making some big changes to the Reset Girl shop and what I offer every month because, and I'll go into this in more detail later and I will explain it and make sure you guys get a newsletter to explain all the exciting changes happening and the workshops I'll be offering. But I really want to spend my time focused on creating content to help you change your life. That is just really important to me. If I were to leave the earth tomorrow, I want you guys to remember more about how I encouraged you and loved on you. I don't want to be known as like, she made really beautiful stickers. I want to focus on the thing that just means more to me and it makes me feel like I'm fulfilling my calling. And so I'm going to make some changes. And so I've decided that we're going to, through the rest of this year, I just want to like blow out my kits. The Meaningful kit just launched and it's absolutely beautiful. And then Christmas, we're going to have a real Christmas kit. And then January, we're going to be debuting this brand new new kind of thing we're going to do. And it's exciting. So I will be sharing more with that later. But yes, Christmas is just around the corner. And I know, Victoria, I don't want to say goodbye either because I miss your faces. And I feel like it was super, it took a long time. And yes, Erica, I will see you at Alt Summit. It's going to be fabulous. I'm going back to that beautiful Saguaro Hotel in Palm Springs. I'm going back to the Alt Summit conference and I put my application in to be a speaker again. The last time I got to speak about Instagram and growing your following and my whole point is about being authentic and being yourself. And a lot of people just feel connected to you because you're just as flawed as they are. So, and Miss Colette, we are definitely rolling. We're going to be rolling out subscriptions. So I want to have a variety of things. And by making the changes we're going to make, it will allow me to focus on the right things, to focus on the things that are meaningful. And I have some really, really fun things planned for next year for you guys. Camp Reset was a really big eye-opener for me. And that's the kind of stuff I want to focus on personally. I want to focus on giving you experiences and helping you take time to do things for yourself and take care of yourself. I'm not, I don't have little kids like a lot of you do. And when I did have a little kid, I didn't do anything good for myself. I didn't let myself be indulged in doing crafting or anything like that. I was so focused on being a mom and trying to get it right that I feel like I really did a disservice to myself. And so it's kind of my mantra now is I really want to be the one person speaking into your life, and hopefully not the only person speaking into your life, but one person who's always consistently telling you to take care of yourself, that you can reset areas of your life that you're not happy with, that it's never too late for you. You know, you could be, next year could be your empty nest year. It's not too late to do great things. It's as long as there's breath in your body, it is never too late to make a change. So, see, there you go, Miss Claudine. My daughter is 19. So you are in that area of your life where you're kind of like segueing back into just being I don't know how do you describe that? When you become an empty nester, it is the strangest transition in with parenting because you're not supposed to be a helicopter mom. You're not supposed to be on top of them and enabling them. You're supposed to let them kind of make their own decisions and be available to encourage them. But then you have to kind of do something with yourself because you're not using all that time focused on your kids. You're supposed to kind of like, so what do I want to do with myself? So that's like the fun, exciting part, the transitions of life that we go through where it's a natural part of living, and some of the sadder parts of resetting your life is when, your partner wants a divorce or your spouse, unfortunately passes away. You know, there are many things that happen to us that we do not plan for. And so either way, it is the attitude in which you approach that change, that thing that can make a huge difference in how well, you soldier through it and not just endure it, but like overcome it, succeed, shine bright. And that's the kind of stuff that I really want to be. I want to be the planner girl in our community that talks about more than just like putting cute stuff in our planner. I really want to show how to use that planner as a real tool for change. It's just a tool to help you if you use it right. It's like a lightsaber, you know? And I am the Obi-Wan Kenobi and you are the Jedi, and I just want to help you like learn. And I bet Mr. Crafty's going to really love that that little example because I'm really bad with Star Wars analogies. So anyway, oh, happy early birthday, Mr. Edward. That's right. You're starting the month in a meaningful way. So every year that we get, every year you get a reset and it's like a fresh new year ahead of you. It could be your best year ever. I get really excited when I think about all the fun things like having my walk with the Lord and strengthening that walk. It's like an adventure. All the different things the little doors that keep opening one after another, and the incredible things that I'm getting to do. It's not because I'm amazing. It's because I am just trying to walk in my calling. And that's something I want to help a lot of you with too, is really trying to figure that out so that when you walk in that, there is such joy in walking in what you were designed to do. I can't even begin to tell you. And it's my whole life. That's all I've ever wanted. I've never been a person that aspired to have like a, wealth and have like a high paying job. And that's not been the motivator. It's really been what am I here to do? What was I designed to do? So this is going to be fabulous. This is going to be a great year for all of us. 2018 is going to be an awesome year. And as the reset community, I want to see us have more fun camp reset experiences and really have a lot of wins among us. So, yay! I love how everyone's wishing Edward happy birthday. Good night, Miss Eds. Yes, good night, everyone. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So, see, thank you, Mr. Crafty. So, I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you. I mean, I wouldn't be getting to do any of this if you didn't show up. Otherwise, I would just be sitting here in my craft room by myself. So it is so fun that all my friends come join me in my room and we all hang out together. Thank God for the internet. And I thank God for you guys. And I just hope you have a blessed week, that your little socks are blessed right off. And I will be putting up on the events calendar. I showed you earlier how I have that new page. At the very bottom will be the events calendar, and that will be where I start putting down when the next Late Night Crafty Club show is. And I hope to have 2 episodes in November, just like I should have had this month. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, you too, Miss Marcia, you be blessed too. But I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. Please make time for some crafting. Find a notebook for your commonplace book, because we're all going to kind of work on this together. When I see you guys again, hopefully I'll have some pages to flip through of mine that we can look at. And hopefully if you haven't started by then, you'll feel inspired to start. So thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm so glad you guys found me if you're just discovering me. So thank you. Thank you for showing up and thank you for being here. And I am so glad that you guys plugged in. Good night, Miss Claudine. Good night. Oh, hi, Miss Carrie. I'm sorry I didn't see you sooner. Good night. Good night, Miss Michelle. Good night, Ray. Good night, My Life on Paper. Good night, Michelle again. Good night, Sheila. Oh, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Good night, Shauna. Good night, Teresa. Good night, Karen. I'm so glad you liked Camp Reset. Good night. Good night. Good night, Jackie. Good night, everybody. Good night, Marky. Oh, Miss Victoria, the meaningful kits are on the resetgirlshop.com. I might be doing an unboxing. I'm not sure. I sold through a lot of them, so I'm not sure. I might do it anyway. It's a beautiful kit. The resetgirlshop.com. Good night, Miss Betty. Good night, Donna. Good night, Diane. Good night, Diane. Good night, Ashley. Good night, Jill. Good night, Betty. Good night, Andrea. Good night, Teresa. Good night, Lee. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Good night, Linnea. Good night, Lynn. Good night, Angela. Good night, Linda. Mr. Crafty's coming to unplug me.
All night saying good night. We gotta get some Stranger Things going on.
Good night, Chandra. Good night, Wendy. Good night, Laura. Good night, Jessie. Good night, Tracy. Love your little faces. Good night, everybody.